All right. Hello, Dr. Mills. This is the assignment 3. It's the book. So, let's get into it. Got the header file, pretty straightforward. We wanted a class page. These two data members. We got the constructors, default constructor, parameterized constructor, getters, setters, and then a little insertion operator there, friend function. It's pretty simple, simpler than the last assignment, in my opinion. And then here we are. We have the definitions. So we got the default constructor, pretty simple, just empty book. Parameterized constructor, I was gonna think about using this, but I wasn't sure. Then it needs to be cons reference. Pass by cons reference, and we got, getters are pretty simple too. You just got to return the value. Setters, same thing, C for content. And then we got the insertion operator, which is also pretty simple. We just have to display the pages and the menu, etc. So this is where most of the assignment is in. Let's turn that up. So we need 4 functions. We need create page, read page, update page, delete page. It's just for all the things you need for a book. We got the main function, which is some of our values. Book components, the size of the book, the capacity of the book, option of the user, and then we got quit and exit. They had to be different. I'll show you why. Well, we don't actually use exit, so we can take that out. Okay. Then we got our page. Well, we get the pointer book, which is type page, which is our class, and it's null in the beginning. So we get the menu, so the user can choose what to do. We have our create, read, update, delete, same as here. Then you pass by reference to change original pointer. That's a little note I had. This thing, which you're probably wondering what this is. This is just, it was a problem where when I would, the program's waiting for an integer to be entered, and, sometimes I'd accidentally enter like a, just like something on the keyboard, like a letter. So this is just to make sure that it's not a key. It's just, if it didn't get an integer, it would have just looped forever, and it would have been terrible. I can actually show you. It would have been terrible. So, we get the make. Oh, sorry. Good. See, it would just go crazy. It's crazy. So we gotta close that. So yeah, I go crazy. I put that little thing to make sure it doesn't quit. Just some stuff to make the life easier. Put that back. See, now we'll go back. Very professional. There we go. So we'll get into that in a second. We got the switches. Probably super simple. I was not really sure what to do. And then I was going to use like if statements or these, but same thing as the last program. Just use switches. Makes everyone's life easier. Got this, all the function calls, like the ones that match here. And the closed book, as you see, has, some parameters. So, if quit, it's just asking if you want to quit, because if the user accidentally presses it, it deletes everything. That's not really ideal. So, put the little quit option, make sure. Put no, puts you back to the main menu. And then else is just not a valid option. Same thing with the default, not a valid option. That's if you put an integer. And this is just an infinity loop unless you quit, which breaks. So yeah, we'll do while. And as you see, we got, all these functions, do before, this is at the end, but that's after you quit. So, before we talk about that, we got first our create page, which is our book reference pointer. It's a pointer type page. You get the int reference for size, same thing for capacity. And then we got a little page number +1 because everything starts at 0 and we want it to start at 1. We got a little if statement here, and this is basically just making, if the size equals the capacity, we need to increase the capacity just by 1 according to the assignment instructions. And then that just gets updated to our temp, and we do this little algorithm like talked in class where we just put the I ++, and then add the old stuff to the temp when the temp has the increased space, and then after that we delete the book and then set the book equal to temp, and basically that just does all that. And we could delete temp too, but I mean it falls out of scope actually once you leave this function, so it doesn't matter. I guess that could be a memory leak. I'm not sure though. So here we go, a little send.ignore, needed that. Clear previous user text because it wasn't working before and had to look that up. It's like, why isn't it working? So the book size, pretty simple. Using our class, parameterized constructor. Next one's just reading. This is probably the simplest one. It is, the size is 0, the book is empty. That's pretty simple because if you read a book and it's empty, it's like, it's no point. Update page. This is also important and required. Page -1, little note down here, because we want our pages to be at 1, not like 0 like arrays. I mentioned that earlier. Basically, like most of these functions, they all have little parameters in them just to make sure that we're not doing anything out of our scope. So page number is less than 0 or is bigger than the size. It's not an existing page, so the program wouldn't allow that. Delete page. This one took a minute, and I'll talk about that in a second. We got the page number like before, just to keep track. You want to choose the page to delete. Okay, if it's an existing page. Okay, and then this is the actual body of the delete page. It's basically just making sure, see if I is equal to page -1 and size. This shifts it. So that was a problem. It took me a while. I wasn't doing the +1s, which is what I wrote in my notes right here. Pages reorder was off. It wasn't right. It would delete the page before. The page after. It's a pretty simple fix. You need to do the docket contents. And yeah. Tells you the page has been deleted. It has to decrease the size because if there's 5 pages, you delete one and it'll still say there's 5 pages. We don't want that. 2 more notes I got. I struggle to figure out best way to have user create, delete, etc. Struggle is not kind of an exaggeration. This actually made my life easier. I'm just putting it into cases. If it was either going to be that or just like the user says it, the word, as you see in the console, the word create, that's too much. I was thinking of making a string or something. Next one, program was closing after entering page contents. Delete keyword was misplaced in the do while loop. Okay, and this loop, this is supposed to be in the end, and it wasn't. So after you would do something, if you created a page, reordered a page, updated a page, we couldn't even get that far. After you create a page, it would just delete it. It's pretty simple. So I had to put it out of the loop. It took me a minute to figure that out, what was happening. And before we get into the testing, I'll show you right here. So, at the end of the program, right before it closes and gives a message, successful, it deletes everything, prevent memory leaks. Right here, same. This is just returning 1 instead of 0 because it didn't run successfully. See right here too, we had to delete the book clear it out. Let's see where else. We got a few. Yeah, right here. If you quit, delete the book. Making sure. It's pretty simple. And yeah, let's get into the program itself. So first I'll show you close the book, delete the contents, no, close the book, not a valid option, just puts you back in the main menu because maybe you weren't sure. And if you put yes, so pretty sure this thing is up to date. Yep. All right, let's make some pages. One. Okay, it's popped up, sweet. Wowzers, just put that. 2. Let's get 5 pages like asked for. Put that, and then conclusion. Alrighty. I want to read these pages. See, 1, 2, 3, 4. So we're gonna update the page. Let's choose page 1. I don't want it to say that anymore. Just put I love Dr. Mills in the notes. Sweet. Alright, now we want to delete a page. Let's delete number 4. Okay, let's make sure they're all correct. Yep, they went down. That's what we're looking for. The page after updated. Page 4 is unaffected. And then I think that is it. Yep. Already talked about the memory. Okay, let's show you if we want to read the pages. The book is empty. The book is empty. Update the page. Choose an existing page. Doesn't let you update a page that doesn't exist. There you go. Alrighty. That is it. Dr. Mills and the TA. Thank you. Have a good weekend. Bye.